Greetings, friends. My name is Charles Q. Banks, and welcome to Charles Classic Vlog. As you can see, we are not in the book den today. We are rather in the library, the secondary guest room, the office. We have several names for this place, but I'm choosing to use it today because it's a little more silent than the rest of the house. So, today I shall be speaking not on a review for a piece of literature, but rather I shall just be giving you an update of the things that I am doing and thinking about for the future of my YouTube channel and other ways that I have been putting out content on the internet. Because I have not put anything out on the internet for almost 2 months, which is definitely too much time to not do anything, especially when, at least for my blog, which I am writing a blog, I wanted to tell you that, and the link to that will be in the description. It is a blog that I've been writing for 4 months, 5 now, and I've only written 4 posts on it, but right now I am writing the 5th, and will be the 3rd part of a possibly 3-4 part series of blogs on death and the afterlife. So you can visit that and get read up on some interesting thoughts that I had about it, things that you may know, you may not know about Christian doctrine, and how death is viewed today. I just wanted to write about that because it's such a controversial issue, and many theologians either they don't have clear thoughts about it, or every single denomination and every pastor and preacher that I've basically talked to has different ideas about it. So my own thoughts, my own ramblings are contained within my blog. It's just called Charles Classic Blog. It's very simple. You can easily find me on WordPress. So that's the first thing I wanted to notify you about, and I shall be getting on that and posting that shortly. The next thing that I shall be doing, hopefully, is giving you the review for a book that I've been reading for almost 5 months now, which is called Beyond Pardon by Bertha M. Clay, a very mysterious author who only wrote a couple of books, but people took her name, continued writing in the same writing style and tradition that she wrote. And it's a romance, and I'm enjoying it, but it's very difficult, at least for me, to finish because it's written very densely. It's poetic prose, which I do love reading, but it takes a lot of thought and a lot of energy to actually read something that's really well written, very poetically written, and also very emotional. And it's a very moralistic story. It has a very strong message to it that's always trying to drive across, kind of like a sermon, kind of like reading the Bible or a textbook, really. Even though it is a novel and it is a romance, it's very dense, I suppose. And a very simple story, but very densely written. So I'm excited to bring that to you. It's actually rather obscure. It's not exactly what one would call a classic, but it's very old, and it's in a style of writing which I really appreciate, and I think more people should appreciate. More people should read books like this, even if it's not very well known. It could be well known, even if it's not even the best in its genre. So I'll bring you the information on that next time on Charles Classic Book Review. And also my podcast. I just recently last month, came out with just a sound recording of my own sultry voice, talking about theological or religious issues. That's mainly what I think I will be talking about on that podcast. but it's not limited to that. So I do have a topic to talk about in that podcast, but I haven't really gotten around to writing it out. The topic is the definition of religion in the Protestant Church. Because there are a few different definitions out there and different ways of thinking about it. But in the biblical perspective, there's only one way of looking at it, and that's what I want to provide to you in that podcast. And the final and fourth thing is just to stick my plug for Patreon in here. I'll have the link for my Patreon page there. And Patreon is a very simple site where you can basically subscribe to people's creative channels and websites of people who create, and you can give to them. And I hope you will consider doing so for me. If I get enough money from Patreon and support, then I will up the ante in terms of my technology and hopefully be able to bring you much better videos and better quality videos. Because let's face it, you can be a classy person, but if your videos are crud, then no one will watch them. So, please consider going to that site, and I hope you've at least wanted to hear some of the things I had to say, but that's what I'm doing for YouTube, podcast, blog, and for my review. So I hope you found that at least a little relieving, that I am not dead, and I shall live on and continue to post things. So, God bless you, and as I always say, not always, but I say a lot, seize the book. God bless.